Hello everyone, and welcome to the Wonder of Star Wars The Old Republic, episode number 39. I have all kinds of fun stories to tell you today. Some of them are about Star Wars, some of them aren't. But for those of you who are joining us for the very first time, this is a series where I play on my Sith Inquisitor Javiik, and we are playing on what is actually a free-to-play account. Although we have the ability to get to level 60 unlocked through a promotion, we have all the other free-to-play restrictions, and we're checking them out, making sure the game's not too ridiculous as a free-to-play player, and, you know, just enjoying the Inquisitor story. We are also doing every single quest we come across. Whether it's a class quest, a flashpoint, or a silly exploratory fetch quest. So far we've done quite a few quests on Tatooine. For those of you who are rejoining and have been watching every week since the beginning, welcome back! And if you want to be one of those people who watches every episode, I actually put the videos to private after a while so they don't clog up my YouTube channel. So if you want to watch the beginning of the series, look in the description of this video. Hello everyone, welcome back, welcome back. Alright, I'm gonna jump right into these stories that I want to tell you as we get to our next quest. The first one is, I am still super excited about going to Star Wars Celebration. That's not a story, that's just a feeling in my heart I wanted to share. But before I tell you the next story on the docket that is an actual story, not a feeling, let's take a look at this quest that we finished last time. The quest giver has chosen to, I don't know if you noticed, climb on top some boxes. He's come down to come talk to us, it looks like, though.
You've brought me readings? Excellent. It looks like you were able to conduct many scans. Did the droids pose much of a threat when you encountered them?
There was much bloodshed.
They're droids!
This situation could have been avoided entirely if Command would acknowledge my requests for a security detail. You've ensured that Tatooine will hold no secrets from the Empire. Thank you.
You're very welcome, even though Javiik seems to have a fundamental confusion about how exactly the difference between droids and life works. Oh, and here we go. We finished another quest we can turn in right here.
Ha! That was great! I can see those strikes come down from here.
Aw,
After that
shucks.
display, I'm going to recommend the final model be named in your honor.
The Javiik model. I like it.
It's an honor.
We'll be collecting the Delta A5 soon to make adjustments based on the data you provided. Here's a little something on behalf of the project. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, it's been my pleasure blowing stuff up. Murder, mayhem. Yeah, I can get on board with that. Maybe not Javiik, but from a trooper's perspective, yes, murder and mayhem are my specialties. Now, in other Star Wars news, I am very excited because I will be heading to San Diego, California this weekend, because there is a very special event there for all nerds, geeks, and people who like pop culture. That is San Diego Comic-Con, one of the biggest comic conventions and pop culture conventions at this point in the world. I won't be attending the actual convention. Tickets are fairly hard to get, and my interests in pop culture are pretty niche. I like Star Wars and that's pretty much it. I like Star Wars and I like technology, but I'm not super into comics. I'm not a huge movie buff, though I do enjoy watching them in the theaters. Oh, where is my quest? There's so many sand people out and about today. Gotta be careful. What I am going down there for is to meet up with a couple of other Star Wars The Old Republic players who run a podcast called the Passionately Train podcast. That's a whole different type of podcast right there. The Passionately Casual podcast, and it is one of the podcasts that I really enjoy working, and I am friends with some of the hosts for that show, and they are heading to San Diego, a couple of them, to, well, I think some of them are going to the convention while others are just going for the general awesome pop culture geek nerd festival going on. There's all kinds of events that are going on outside of the actual convention, and they are going to be hosting what is known as their kind of a conglomeration of multiple podcasts that used to exist, and they do a yearly meetup podcast, and they invited me along this time.
Hale, check on Keeler and the others. See if they figured out anything with the artifact.
Sir, I'd like to hear what happened.
Follow orders. I'll brief everyone later. I've sent for water and Kolto, my lord. I'm sure the desert was agonizing, but we've been waiting for word. Any sign of Darth SWTOR?
He didn't make it. He fell to the Sand People and their servants.
Damn it. We all felt it, but we weren't sure. We're not blasted Sith. Without SWTOR, we're just archaeologists with guns. Without him, this whole expedition falls apart.
I don't know if Javiik feels comfortable enough to take over this whole expedition. He's obviously at least a little bit interested in it, but here, let's see. I think he'll say too bad, just as the closest option to what we choose in roleplay.
How unfortunate for you.
I guess since SWTOR brought you into this, now you're out.
Oh. What just happened? Zombies! No! Cybernetic zombies? I don't remember this in the story at all.
Captain Gola!
Blast Hale, now's not the time.
The artifact. The one the Jawas found. It's got Kayla. We disabled the dampeners, and there was a flash.
What? Start containment procedures now.
They're coming!
The imprisoned one will be free. The rebirth has begun.
Tell me about the imprisoned one.
The imprisoned one speaks from the White Room. We are the manifestation of his glory.
Everyone, stay back.
You will fall before us. The expansion will continue.
Oh gosh, I'm really wishing I had some memory of xenobiology and like different Star Wars languages right now. I want to say that's ancient Rakata though. White Room, for those of you who have played Knights of the Old Republic or wandered into some of the daily areas for Belsavis, you may remember a White Room. I won't spoil it for those of you who haven't.
Those creatures, they were my team.
Sir, I think Perrin escaped. He was heading into the desert toward the tribal settlement.
Blast, we'll mourn later. You remember the sons of Palawa. You hit them hard in Mos Ila, but their main village is just a few clicks out. If that creature reaches them, this could get very ugly.
What makes you say that?
Basic rule of xenoarchaeology. You don't unleash a foreign technology into a population center, especially one with a man-machine interface. Worst case, the technology that changed Perrin could replicate. Every person in the settlement could be transformed.
That's pretty crazy.
Fools shouldn't meddle with what they don't understand.
Just
With
Javiik,
due
of all
respect,
people
my
to
lord,
talk.
we know what we are doing. There are risks to any excavation. Reclamation Service protocol for contaminated sites mandates atomic heat cleansing of everything within a 100-meter radius. We've got to store a beradium explosives for that purpose. Enough to obliterate the Sun's cave village. But I hope it won't come to that.
Yeah.
What choice do we have?
If you're lucky, maybe you can take out Perrin before he reaches the settlement. Otherwise, plant the explosives, be careful with them, around the caves. One way or another, the contamination has to be eliminated.
God, I'm super excited about this. I can't remember if this is the class story or if this is the planetary story. I want to say it's the planetary story. This is a pretty crazy story. Oh, I don't even want to talk about my story now. I just want to talk about Javiik's. Oh gosh. Okay, I wish I could just teleport straight to the next story, but we'll see what other quests are kicking around here first. So, San Diego, in general, I'm very excited to go hang out with those friends from that podcast. There are also going to be many other people who either make podcasts or are just their friends who like Star Wars. I think most of them also like Star Wars The Old Republic, so always nice to meet other people who like the game in real life and not just online, because I know all you guys like the game. I have this teeny tiny suspicion that you at least enjoy it a little bit if you're watching this channel. What else has been going on? Oh, okay. So in Disney's sort of Star Wars news, well, personal news, not a worldwide Star Wars news. I'm trying to, where's this little quest? Is it in the hut? I will continue telling you about this personal Star Wars news in a second. Unacceptable. You're not at all what I specified on the requisition form. What am I supposed to do with the Sith Lord? You'll completely invalidate my test results. Go back to the Bureau. Tell them that when I ask for disposable testers, I mean it. Oh, didn't I do this?
You're a friendly one, aren't you?
I am Javiik. I'm a Tier 6 Inventor of Research Corps 8 of the Imperial Science Bureau. Someone else called me a disposable tester earlier. My newly completed Control Core Nullifier will subvert droid programming, rendering them harmless. Or it should. It requires testing.
I will test your device. I want to see if it lives up to your claims.
Well, I can't argue without being slaughtered, so thank you, my lord, for your kind offer. There are some hostile droids in the vicinity. Oh, is the reason that I think I did this? Oh, it's because of the heroics. No, it's not. Nope, sorry. Spacebar through story, apparently shouldn't have. Oh, look, a shovel. I like the shovel emote. It's very silly. It's a Cartel Market one. You literally bust out a shovel. Oh my god, there's a tiny raccoon. Just oh. Yeah, that explains where the raccoon came from. So if you work at Disneyland or you work for Disneyland in some capacity, there is something known as the Company Disney store that only the employees have access to. And this, if you ever go to Disneyland, or you go to the... Oh, these are good guys. Sorry about that. If you ever go to the Disney stores, like the ones in the malls, you'll notice there's not often a lot that's on clearance. Sometimes there's sales. Disneyland barely ever has any sales for all the souvenirs and stuff. But there's never anything on clearance. There's no, like, little clearance rack or, like, stuff they're trying to get rid of.
I knew the Empire used dishonorable tactics, but the Ghost of the Desert, do you know what it does to people?
What do you mean, Ghost of the Desert?
An old Jawa legend, a myth that kills with a touch. Within the first minute, that terror changed good villagers into murderous machines. There's a war going on in these caves. Now I'll give my brothers the chance to win by keeping you from interfering.
To destroy those monsters, you'll need my help.
You began this feud. Why would you help now?
This is the right thing to do. That should be enough.
Never thought you were going to say that. If you really want to assist, I'll tell the others to let you through, at least until the crisis is over. If we destroy the ghosts fast enough, maybe we can stop them from replicating. But if even one survives, we start all over again.
Well, that's interesting. Alright, let's go find some ghosts, apparently. Oh wow, it looks like it's infected the Palawa here. So if you work at Disneyland, you can shop at this Company D store, and that is where they send all the clearance items, the items that didn't sell fast enough, or sometimes there's leftover stuff, promotional items that were never really for sale in the first place. Like if you go to a special event and they have keychains or visors or anything like that, and they have leftovers, they sell them there. And oh, I love going to that store. I don't get to go very often. I go every once in a while with my family member that works at Disneyland, and I love going there because it's like a garage sale, rummage sale, but it's all official Disney stuff. So it's all stuff if you may have seen like a year ago in the actual stores, and it was like $40, and now it's like $5. Shockingly, I got a lot of Star Wars stuff. I was so excited. I found like a $50 ladies Star Wars t-shirt that I really a sweater, not a t-shirt. If a t-shirt costs you $50, you that's an expensive t-shirt, and I was very excited because it was a whole $5. I was like, oh my gosh! I was very excited. They have all kinds of, they have so much Star Wars stuff there now that Star Wars owns Disney. Occasionally you'd still find Star Wars stuff there in the past before it was acquired, because they have a couple of Star Wars things in one of the parks, like SWTORs was in Disneyland long before Disney ever owned Star Wars. I think I have to kill every single one of these people, it said in the story at least. Transform Perrin. Perrin, we'll leave you alone for now. You look like you're special. And what else did I get there? Oh, I've mentioned about like 50 times that Space Mountain roller coaster is Space Mountain. Yes, it's my favorite ride in the entire park. I really love it. It makes me really happy to go on it. I found something really cool at the store. Apparently last year, 2017, was its 40th anniversary, and to celebrate it they made a commemorative coin, and I love collecting small detailed things like pins, miniatures, coins, jewelry, stuff like that. Things that you can carry around but are very cool. And it's this neat coin. It has like Space Mountain, an engraving of the ride on one side, and it's like super big, like one of those really large American $50, I think they're. I'm not entirely sure. It's silver colored, and on the other side it has the Disneyland castle in a field of stars, because Space Mountain, you know. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool, and it's only $5. And I looked it up online, and on eBay people are trying to sell it from anywhere. The lowest I could find it was like $25, but it ranged all the way to $50. So I was like, yes, so excited. And then the other thing, we bought a ton of enamel pins, like the cool colorful ones that you can trade with other people at Disneyland. And those pins, the cheapest we can find them at Disneyland, just even like the really simple kind of not so great ones, are $5, and the nicer ones tend to range between like $7 to $12, $7 to $10, something like that. And we found a whole bunch of cool Star Wars pins for only $3 each. So we bought a bunch just for ourselves, and then we also bought about $30 worth of random ones so we can trade with other people too at Star Wars Celebration. We've been trying to do the actual pin trading at the park, where you can wear a lanyard with pins you want to trade, and supposedly you can talk to anyone else wearing a lanyard and ask them if they want to trade, but we're too shy. We haven't actually talked to anyone else. The cool part is if you're shy and you don't want to like haggle and be like, you want to trade my pins for your pin? And they're like, no, leave me alone, pin noob. The park has this really long-running program where you can trade with an employee, and the employees will have like either their own lanyard or they'll have like a pin trading board, and they basically can't say no. So you can have any pin on their board. You just have to give them literally any one of yours, as long as it's like an official pin. So we did that. That was pretty fun. But for Star Wars pins, you don't find Star Wars pins on the employee boards. This is a really pretty area. I know they kept talking about ghosts, and ghosts should not really look like those possessed people. Those didn't really look like ghosts, but that beautiful blue water there. Some really nice lighting in this room. Woohoo! Going the wrong way. So I was very excited to go shopping there. Yeah, I like a combination of garage sales and Star Wars. I'm a huge fan of that. So let's continue on with this story quest.
The ghosts of the desert are gone, and the wind is still. The village is secure.
All right. Incinerate the corpses.
Yes, brother.
You saved our village. You know the sands well.
Now that it's all over, do we start fighting again?
No, we don't. It will take time to rebuild the settlement. Time we shouldn't spend in pointless battle. You acted honorably, and the blood feud can end.
I know this is a good story, but can we take a small moment to appreciate the fact that he has an ironing board on his belt? Thank you.
Don't tell me you want to be my friend.
No. Only to remember you as an honorable foe from a battle long past. However, I can't help suspecting you caused this attack. Intentionally or not, you awakened the desert's terrors. Leave our settlement. Leave Tatooine altogether. Never let us see you here again.
Boy, I got things to do on Tatooine, okay? Okay. I apologize, sometimes it takes me a little longer than expected to choose story conversations. As I've mentioned before, my giant microphone literally blocks out the entire conversation wheel, so sometimes I forget to crane my head around it and look at and notice that there's actual decisions to be made. Let's see, what do we got coming up next here? We've got Control the Assassin Droids. We've got apparently something up there somewhere. Let's go find some of those assassin droids. And I'll tell you about this cool project that I've been working on. Here you go, assassin droid. Do I need to use an item on it? Do I need to attack it? I never seem to have a lot of luck with this kind of quest.
Take that.
Oh, use it, yeah! I am your master now. Oh, crap. I have to be careful not to kill it first. Oh, I see. That one was not an assassin droid. This is a defense droid. I need the ones that are standing up. Here we go. I don't want to kill it. Yeah! Hey, he's helping me now, that's cool. I have been working on this project so a long time ago, as in like a couple months ago, I got a chance to interview by text a concept artist and a character artist, like the person who does all the technological stuff to make a character or a piece of armor happen. I don't want to kill you! Okay. And I was really hoping to interview them over, like have audio from them so I could make a video with it. But unfortunately, I'm at work most of the day, can't be around to like interview them over the phone. And so I said, send me what you can. If they can't record their own audio, that's fine. Just send me some text and I'll figure it out. So I got back the text and I really liked it. Oh no! Oh, it's fine. It's not the right kind. And I actually hired a voice actor to give life to what they said in their interview because I really like their answers and I wanted to share them with you guys, and I figured you'd probably actually rather watch them in the video instead of read them over text. What's cool now though in that project is that there's a possibility that the team will actually have them record their own audio so you can hear it straight from the mouths of one of the concept artists and one of the character artists about how they do their job and how they go about designing armor for the game. So I'm super excited for this project. It's probably not going to be ready anytime soon, but I'm psyched for it when it does. And I also got to talk to someone who designed, if you played the new story, the very most recent story, the Traitor arc, the finale to Knights of the Eternal Throne, the Anathema Flashpoint, I got to talk to the person who actually designed Vin Atreus, the If you remember him, he's the guy with the cybernetics on his face, and he gave her some really, really cool insight about why he looks like he looks, why his armor is the way it is, and he even pointed out some details on the armor that I never noticed and didn't even think twice about while I was playing it. So it's going to be very, very neat to listen to that. I'm super excited about it, and I've got all kinds of cool behind the scenes concept art to show too.
I've finished testing. Your device works.
Naya memgem kaligam. Gegwa nam karek naya memak.
Of course it works. If it didn't, it'll probably explode in your hand. Now your life is a testament to my genius. Now, if you'll excuse me, I want to see the envy on the faces of my colleagues as I report the success. You're an alien. You don't have expressions. You won't see the expressions on their faces. I gotta get up here somewhere, somehow. I'm really not sure how, though. I don't know if I have to go to like the next map or what. Both my class story and my planetary story I think are leading me off to the next map there. To talk a little more about lore, but not Star Wars lore for once. With those friends that I'm going to be meeting in San Diego, they also invited me to come play Dungeons and Dragons, and I have gotten to play Dungeons and Dragons before, so I'm very excited about it. I won't be a total noob, and I really enjoy that game. It gives you so much ability to be creative with your lore and your story, but also have lots of preset things you can choose, like spells and stats and stuff like that, so it's not like writing a story where you have 100% freedom. I really like being able to work with I don't think outside the box very well. I don't like a totally blank canvas. I really enjoy working with some... I don't know how to get up there, man. I'm so lost. At least... Oh my god. Sorry guys, that might have to be a skipped quest. Just because I can't figure out how to get there. No! You know what? I'm determined to get up there. We're gonna go exploring until I find it. I'm gonna tell you about my future Dungeons and Dragons character. So in the past, I played with my friends and I really enjoyed it. I made a mostly goofy character. He was a fire sorcerer. He could do fire stuff, and what I for my own personal amusement, I placed a lot of emphasis on the kind of sillier spells that I felt I could do creative things with, which is mostly find out what silly stuff I could do that would make our group leader laugh her butt off. So some of the things that happened in that campaign, the most memorable one that I remember was that at some point I used a spell to raise the dead. But the dead didn't tell us anything. We needed to convince a mob of people about something. So we raised the dead, and I used one of my spells to try and animate the skeleton as if it was talking. And I used a different spell to try and make an illusion that they could actually hear its voice talking. It was a very failed plan, and I can't remember, but I do think I may have gotten my character killed due to my ridiculous plan, but that's okay. It was still really fun. This character, I'm still going to be absolutely goofy and not pick a generic character, but this time I promise to try and not do anything that will get myself or my party killed. But there will be a lot of death involved. So what I decided was I would pick... I think we finally... Yes, we managed to get up here. Awesome. This is a neat area too. Sand people with crashed ships. So for my Dungeons and Dragons character, I decided I will try playing a healer. There's going to be, I think, 8 of us. So I will just play support. I won't worry too much about attacking, and I will purely focus on letting them do what they want to do in battle. Just make them stronger, or just keep them alive, whichever one works. Up ahead. Cover the Imperial Black Box Recorder. Alright, well, I have a feeling it's in here. And someone already killed all the sand people before I got here. Ambush! So when I wasn't very familiar with which classes would be a good healer, so I googled healers, Dungeons and Dragons. First one that came up, Paladin. A Paladin is usually a religious kind of fighter. They call upon their chosen god to give them aid in battle. They can be a healer by calling on those powers, but they're often very preachy, because they very much are aligned towards whichever of the many Dungeons and Dragons gods they've chosen. I wasn't super keen on that, and had a feeling.
You've done me an enormous favor, and don't think I'll forget it. I can hardly wait to report this mission a success.
You're welcome. That was like the easiest heroic ever, other than the act of actually getting up here. Sheesh. And often when you play Dungeons and Dragons, there's usually someone who wants to be a cleric. So I figured we probably don't need to. So, oh no, I made a bad life. Crap. Okay. We might, oh gosh. Ah, yes! I don't know if this is somewhere we're allowed to be. We have a nice view though. Here, Javiik, take a screenshot. There you go. Like a boss! And Epos Rush is not too far, not too— oh, and it dropped us right here where we needed to be! I'm so happy. That was fantastic. I don't remember what my quest actually is here. Search for signs of Wilkes's men. Yep, okay. We've been in the desert 3 days now, says the datapad. About midday, the day we left, Narek tried to turn back, but Hayes would have none of it. We forced Narek to continue at gunpoint. At nightfall, we all got together to talk about what to do about Narek. Hayes wanted to shoot him, but Hayes wants to shoot everyone. But then the Sand People attacked and took care of Narek for us. Ever since that first night, we've kept a watch to warn us if the Sand People attack. Not that it does any good. Without the lights from town, you can't see anything in the desert at night. Tomorrow, if we're still alive, we plan to head north. Sorry, guys. I guess if they left their datapad behind, they probably didn't make it north.
According to this datapad, the thieves headed in this direction.
Thanks. I don't know which direction north is. Oh, it's not even north. It's freaking to the north. I never eat shredded wheat. Northwest. I don't know if I can talk about my character anymore. Take a deep, calming breath. Tired, sorry. Oh, awesome. Bunch of quests we can pick up. So I didn't want to play a cleric. Second character that showed up that was a healer was a druid, so I picked that one. I'll be playing druid.
Hello. That's right. I'm talking to you. I know who you are, and I bring a proposal. I'm SWTOR. I speak for a small consortium of the Exchange on Tatooine. They want a warlord dead, and they think you're the one to do it.
She's got a smooth talking voice there.
You think I'll work for crime lords?
Oh, are you an upstanding citizen? I assure you, I have the public safety in mind. The target is the warlord Garbodia. He killed a Sith apprentice sent to assassinate him, and it's costing all of us. Imperials are torturing and killing Exchange members to find his location. Now, I know where Gar is, but I came to you. Understand why?
I understand. I suggest you tell me his location.
Gar and his mercenaries are hiding in the desert. I saw them taking shade by a derelict sandcrawler. We can pay for his head. That ugly bantha stain is done. The Empire agrees, the Exchange agrees. How about you?
There will be no survivors.
Good.
There was no just like sure
option. He does
option.
Move around a lot. Don't expect to find him exactly at the sandcrawler. You bring me his head, and I'll bring you the credits.
Oh, where's some more people we could talk to? There's at least 3 quests here, and one of them is a heroic.
Perhaps we stand a chance after all. It's a relief to see you, my lord. The entire Empire may one day have cause for gratitude that you arrived here at precisely this moment.
What happened to these men?
Cut down on the job by Jedi and their abominable allies.
Jedi scum.
I am Officer Vengo, Imperial Reclamation Service. My men and I were escorting prison laborers to a Zerka dig site. We were ambushed by a bunch of Republic cowards who cut down my men and freed the prisoners. There was a Jedi leading them.
How dare they? Oh man, how dare they free the slaves? Javiik is like super against this quest. This will be a non-lore friendly quest, but in the vein of we shall do every quest we come across.
Why would a Jedi care about your prisoners?
Oh, some nonsense about them being Republic officers illegally detained under the terms of the Treaty of Coruscant. The point is, these Republic scum can't get away with this. I've activated the prisoners' shock collars, so they'll be severely injured. You would do the Empire a great service if you wish to, retrieve them.
Do you prefer your Jedi dead or still squirming?
Dead, my lord. I'm a simple man. The sensors in the prisoners' collars reveal no movement right now. It looks like they're holing up in the deep desert, probably to rest the wounded. It's a dangerous area, but if the Sand People haven't killed them yet, make sure you do.
Okay, one more quest, and I'll tell you more about my druid.
Major Braga, at your service. I'm honored that you've graced this dismal planet with your presence. We were so close to expanding Imperial influence, introducing refinement to this rock. If you can spare a moment, we may still have a chance.
If the Empire's growth is at risk, I'll remove the threat.
Thank you. I cannot afford another failure. There's a well, one of Tatooine's deepest and most successful. Whoever controls it, controls this region. Imperial Command ordered me to take it, but my men were butchered by Sand People, no less. This tribe's so ruthless, all the other tribes pay them tribute. The Empire can't let these filthy savages control such a priceless resource.
I will end their rule.
Excellent. I can't wait to hear of your victory. The well lies deep in the desert. Kill the Sand People who guard it. The Empire will be grateful.
I killed them all. So, I didn't really have much ideas of what I wanted to do. Why is my quest this way? Oh. Oh, because it's wanting me to travel to Alderaan. That one can wait for a bit. We're not ready for Alderaan. The other one is sending me back to, I think, the beginning. We're gonna head deep into the Tatooine desert. Oh, we need to remember to get the datacron before we leave the desert. I will make sure to look that up so we don't have to make another trip out to the Dune Sea later on. So my druid, I started reading about what are druids all about. Druids are into nature and the forces of nature, the elements of nature, plants and animals. Some of them turn into animals, that kind of stuff, all about the nature. So of course I said, how can I turn this on my head and do something slightly ridiculous with it? So I decided that my character, and if any of you darn people who are coming to San Diego are listening, you better stop listening right now, because you don't get to find out this way. That's rude. This is for all the nice people who come watch Javiik every day. I decided that my character, my druid, had seen a vision where the god of death told him
Not
that
your time yet.
The underworld, or I believe it's called the Fugue Plane in Dungeons and Dragons, was full, and there was no more place left for any more souls or any more sentient beings to go to the land of the dead. And so he would like my character to stop having any more people die or Whoa. That was a really fast way to get the head there. I didn't realize that was him. Yep, okay, bye. Let's, oh no! I was trying to get my speeder and leave this place. We have many leagues of Tatooine yet to travel. Okay, let's try that. Oh, it wants me to kill 3 more people for a bonus mission. That's fine. We don't really need any bonus XP. There's actually I don't remember the dates. I think it starts July 31st, 2018. There's going to be a double XP event. So we're going to be getting XP twice as fast as we're getting it now. And we're level 43. And on a normal free-to-play account, level 50 is the end of leveling. Like, you can keep doing the story, but you're not really going anywhere level-wise. We're actually going to 60, like I mentioned earlier. We got a free promotion that unlocked the expansions afterwards, and that's going to be really interesting to do as a free-to-play player, because it was never designed to be played that way, so I'm sure we're going to run into some fun restrictions. So, for my druid, he saw a vision the god of death said, "No more people! Either find some more real estate, so I can put some more dead people in there, because the feud plane's full, or find a way to make everyone immortal so they can stop dying for a while so I can figure this out." Now, whether this vision is something that actually happened or my character is just a loony, this is a neat little area here. That's still to be decided. I'm probably leaning towards that he's just crazy and this is not a true vision, but it is going to shape all of his... all the prisoners are attacking me. Sorry, I don't think these prisoners are gonna get returned. They're just gonna get dead. Oh, ow, ow, ow. Who's hurting me here? I think it's the Jedi. Come on, Andronicus, you're my healer. Keep me alive. I don't even have my interrupt key bound. I didn't know there'd be anything to interrupt so early on Tatooine. Oh, there we go. So it is going to... that vision is going to shape his motives and his beliefs for the story. So he is going to... Number 1, druids do not like aberrations of nature, so they are very against the undead, zombies, vampires, stuff like that. My character will be a huge fan of the undead, because every time something becomes undead, it doesn't go to the land of the dead, when it normally would have. So he's like super keen on all of that, when as a druid he really shouldn't be. Number 2, he's going to be super against killing anything that is sentient and would go to the land of the dead. Super against it. It's full, guys. Please don't kill those people. They're not gonna fit down there. God of Death is gonna be angry about it. He is also going to have no real interest in any other gods or beliefs or anything like that. Nothing else really matters to him except that one little vision that he got. He's not evil, he's not good, he just doesn't really care about much else. A little mono-focused, you know? Number 2, he's going to have very little care about killing or destroying anything that isn't a sentient being. Oh my god, I'm gonna die!
We'll hear all about your work defeating the 24 Jedi who viciously ambushed us. No, don't say anything. My initial count could have been off. They have no way to verify. Let them be as impressed with you as I am.
I know, I'm getting close to... Oh, there's the balloon. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not... I refuse to do the balloon. Wait. I can't. I'm not... Okay, so for one of the datacrons, you literally... I don't know if it's that specific balloon, but you catch a balloon that looks exactly like that by standing a pie location, and then you wait on that balloon for a long time. Why am I running in the desert? Come on, Javiik. It's a giant land of kitty litter. He's just, you know, scratching his claws in it. But I had a bad experience one time in my youth with that balloon, and I'm never doing it again. Maybe, okay, so after we leave Tatooine, probably gonna be another flashpoint, and I'll see if one of my friends will come with me on one of their characters, and we'll do the it's not a cheating method, it's just a method that requires a second person who is skilled at using their abilities to like shove you up the ledge. Okay, it's totally cheating. I consider it being creative. What do I need to do here? Beat sand people. Oh, that's a bonus. Okay.
Not your time yet.
So and oh, right, number 3, my character, my druid, is going to be very pro healing, so try and keep anyone alive at any cost. I gave him a lot of healing abilities because he doesn't want anyone else going to the land of the dead on his watch. So yeah, I'm super looking forward to that. I'm curious about what kind of characters they're gonna make. I'm looking forward to hearing them react to my crazy character's teachings that he wants to share with the world. I'm not really sure what the actual story is going to be about. For those of you who are familiar with Dungeons & Dragons, it is going to be 5th edition. It's going to be set on the Sword Coast that I know very, very little about. But I'm excited about it. There's going to be like, I think like somewhere between 6 and 8 people. That's oh, there's a little bantha farm. Oh, that's so cute. Don't attack the banthas. Okay, you can't attack them. Oh man, this one's just literally kill sand people. Boom. I think we'll finish up murdering all the sand people and then we'll call it a night. And that is all the stories I have to tell for you today. I'm sure I'll have plenty more stories when I come back from San Diego. I wish I had a specific song for murdering sand people. I'd be singing it right now. Here's the last one!
You okay?
Yeah, here we go. Alright. As we're on fire, have a good night everyone, and I'll see you next week. Bye!